I want to talk to you guys about the negative repercussions of getting woke and how you will then go broke by showing you this image on the screen. This is a picture of just a circle. I don't think I can actually, maybe I can just make it smaller or something. There you go. It's a T for Timcast. And it is right. It is the new logo for Timcast Skateboard Company. And we're going to put on all of our stuff. And you can immediately see everybody who doesn't understand what's going on say independent trucks, indie trucks. People are saying, Tim, that's the logo for independent trucks.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. You are all very wrong. This is the logo for Timcast Skateboard Company.
It's a T.
Let me pull up this website, independenttrucks.com. Do you see a logo anywhere that looks like that? Here's just the word independent written in a very awful way that's hard to read.
Terrible.
Let's scroll down. I don't see anything anywhere with that symbol. Oh, what's this down here at the bottom? You can't see it, but it says our logo. Let me click on it. About the Independent Truck Company logo. Independent Truck Company chose the rounded cross logos at its founding in the late 1970s. From day one, the independent logo has represented the passion for skateboarding. The independent rounded cross design is not an iron cross, which has straight sides and is not a racist hate symbol. Independent Truck Company does not and has never stood for the promotion of hate. We strongly denounce all forms of discrimination, racism, hate, and racial injustice. We believe in the power of skateboarding as a positive force in the world. Well, I got news for you. Nowhere on the website that I've been able to find can you see that logo they reference. You see the symbol they use now is this up here in the top left. Get woke, go broke. I hereby officially state.
You should probably look for a patent lawyer to go into trademarks and logos through the U.S. government before you decide, because they might still own the logo.
I hereby officially state the new logo of Timcast Skateboard Company is this rounded cross symbol.
Yeah.
Looks cool. And it's not an iron cross. You're right about that.
It's a T.
Or is it?
It's a T.
Or is it an iron cross?
The iron cross has flat sides. We could even bring them up side by side. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't. The iron cross wasn't a religious hate symbol. That was the swastika. The iron cross was the symbol of the German, the government before Hitler came to power. He basically used it. I mean, he did use it. But
so look.
Yeah, the Kaiser.
Independent trucks used to have that symbol on all of their trucks. In fact, in our garage right now, I have a box full of independent trucks because those are the trucks that I skateboard on. The trucks are the metal parts, the hangers where the wheels attached to and attached to the board. My favorite truck company. I don't like any of the other ones, and it's got that rounded cross symbol on it. Mm-hmm. A few years ago, and I only found this out recently, they started getting attacked by woke people because they said that was an iron cross and it was racist. So the company dropped the logo from all their products. All right?
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking. Okay, you're right, Ian. Maybe they would still want to claim ownership of the Iron Cross symbol that they use for their logo. All right, maybe Independent Truck Company would like to have a public court battle about how the Iron Cross is their company logo. And then we can argue about, one, why they no longer use it and why they think it's theirs, despite the fact they don't use it. And then I'll make sure everybody knows they really, really want ownership of that symbol that they think is racist and got rid of.
Hey, that's a way to go about it.
Look, man, if they don't want to use the symbol and they've taken it off their products, how can they claim to own it? They have stated that they acknowledge the backlash. They acknowledge they were accused of being racist for using that symbol. They don't want to use it, and they took it off all their products. Sure, they'll say, yeah, but it is still owned by the company. I'll make the argument that I'll call their bluff. Let's see them publicly announce the Iron Cross symbol that they got rid of is theirs. Because if they took it off their products, they clearly don't want to be associated with it. I accept those terms. I would love to have their 50-year-old iconic brand logo be associated with my company instead. Mm-hmm. And if they don't want it, sure.
Someone in chat put Iron Cross Land.
Iron Cross.
Iron Cross.
They said it goes back to the Crusades, the Iron Cross.
Yeah. And it was used.
Well, this is an Assyrian symbol back to 6000 BC. I don't know.
Exactly. So I'll put it this way. There's two things to be said. They clearly, they took it off their website. They took it off all their products. They were saying it's not the Iron Cross, it's not the Iron Cross, but they got rid of it anyway. Now, why would they get rid of it? Because they know for a fact it is the Iron Cross.
Right.
And they know that people were calling them out for using it. They can't own the Iron Cross. I would actually argue one of the reasons they may have gotten rid of it is that I'd be willing to bet a lawyer came to them and said, look, guys, I know you've been using this for 50 years, but everybody is asserting that is the Iron Cross. A judge will not agree with you. That's an original logo. He's going to say that's an Iron Cross. And you can argue you rounded the edges, but imagine someone coming out and taking a swastika and rounding the edges and arguing it's not a swastika. Nice try, dude. Not going to work. I think they may have changed it because they realized they can't actually own that symbol as it is. And this was, like, let's be honest, the catalyst for this was them being called racist and having to get rid of it. But let's play, baby. You want to get woke, go broke? I'll Timcast Skateboard Company will launch a bunch of boards and wheels with that logo, and we'll start selling it.
This is what America needs. This is the way forward. Because if we keep giving money to woke companies like the skateboard company Tim's about to take
Independent.
down, then those companies turn around, they donate to Democrats, they donate to rhinos like Mitt Romney. Like this jerky, this is just the first product from Big Club USA, bigclubusa.com. But we're going to be going after things like toilet paper. If you go into a Target, buy any of the toilet papers. Those companies give to Democrats, give to people like Mitt Romney, Target themselves. All of these companies hate you. They are donating to people that want to destroy you. And so the only way forward, you have to create economies within ourselves. You can't keep giving your money to your oppressor and say, why aren't we winning? You have to empower people in your own community to lift us up. That's Tim Skateboards. That's bigclubusa.com.
I just want to point out how on their website, at the bottom of the website, on every page, you can see it says our logo. And then it brings you to this apology of like, no, it's not an Iron Cross. We're not racist. Please, please. I think by saying that and then later taking the logo off all their products, they asserted it was bad and they didn't want to use it and they didn't want to be associated with it.
Mm-hmm. Did they just?
So I don't think they have a right to claim that symbol belongs to them. And so it's ours.
Did they just
skateboards now.
They just take it off like within the last week or something?
No, it's been years.
When I search Independent Truck Co., it comes up on the search result on the right. The iron.
But 3 years ago, the company dropped the logo from their products.
But like right in here on the search, it shows it when it.
That's unrelated to the company. Ian.
Okay.
It used to be their logo, and they decided they didn't want to use it anymore. Yeah. So I would like to see this company argue in court that they do want to be associated with the Iron Cross. Please, Independent Truck Company, stand up loud and proud and say that the Iron Cross is your logo and that no one else should be allowed to use it. I would love for you to publicly announce that. And then we'll make sure we get enough press about it so that everybody knows that's your logo. Look, man, this is a couple different things. I grew up skateboarding. That is the Independent logo. I should say it was the Independent logo. And I am offended that this company cowered in fear because people accuse them of being racist for using that logo, whether it's the Iron Cross or otherwise. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, we had conversations. Is that the Iron Cross? Are they Nazis? And then, we learned exactly what Ian said. Assyrians going back thousands of years. It has nothing to do with it. It is not a swastika.
Yeah. Even the swastika goes back thousands of years to Hindu culture. It's the wheel of time.
But
Hitler co-opted that, like
inverted it
and like a rainbow.
Yeah,
exactly.
He inverted it and rotated it. So there's some argument. My point here is this company has bent the knee to the woke cult and said it is no longer a symbol used by their company. So be it. We will keep the imagery and the iconography of skateboarding alive, and we will do it with a smile on our faces because they don't want to.
I would think
But hey, I'll take it. I'll take the alternative, and the alternative is Independent reversing their decision, publicly declaring that is their symbol, and I'll make sure everyone hears them say.
But I think even if they do, for some reason, still own like a year or two left on the thing via trademark law, that publicly stating that it's not their symbol, it would be like legal precedent to use.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they would either need to publicly state it is their symbol and make sure everybody knows that is their symbol.
Yeah.
They're going to have to say it. But here's what I'm saying. I think it is honest and fair to state, based on how they've removed it from all of their products, it is no longer their symbol.
Yeah.
Now, if they want to argue otherwise, I'm willing to hear them out. If they don't want to use that symbol, I have no problem using it. And I think it would be very, very good for my brand to adopt something they've abandoned.
Yeah, why not?
Get woke, go broke. You want to play games? We'll play games.
Yeah, you're like forcing their hand.
It's the, what do they call it? The FAFA chart?
Yeah.
FAFA chart?
Yeah.
What's
No,
that?
I'm FAFO, sorry.
FAFO chart.
F around, find out.
Yeah, there's the meter of like how far you go and then the ramifications.
Yeah.
So I was talking to some skateboarders earlier who were explaining to me how the industry's become ridiculously woke in crazy ways. And they brought this to my attention, and I said, wait, Indy dropped their logo? And it's like, yeah, they don't use it anymore. It's off all their products. They took it off the trucks themselves. And I was like, so I can use it now.
Yeah.
And everybody started laughing, and I'm like, you think I'm joking? Like, bro, if you told me when I was 14 that I'd have a company that had that logo, I'd have told you were crazy. It's impossible.
Yeah, if McDonald's stopped using the golden arches, I'd snag it up. 100%.
What are you going to use it for?
Whatever, man.
Who cares,
Just
man?
Put it on my wall.
Yo, if you don't want to use
Start a
something because
company.
you don't want to be called racist, bro, there's people who are willing to take that opportunity.
To your point, though, it's incredible what you can dream and make real in this life. Like, don't let your memes be dreams, kid.
Don't let your memes be dreams.
If you really want something in this world, you can make it happen. And Tim showing you that, believe me, I'm seeing that in my life. Like, people, you have more power than you think, and most people don't realize that.
Did you always think that, like, before you got tased? I want to talk about that, leading up to that, and then what happened after.
Was there a current that went into your brain with the taser and then changed everything for
Like
the better?
time stopped as you're getting tased, and like you can just see the universe and all the secrets, and you're like, whoa.
How many volts was it?
It's fun. Everybody on social media, when they get mad at me, they say that. They're like, you were tased, it messed with your brain. This crazy lady on this social media app called Clubhouse that was calling somebody a darky slave, this crazy lady, she was coming at me with this stuff. Like, people think it's an insult. Other people call me an American hero for the don't tase me bro incident. So you're not like making me feel bad. The truth of the matter is, that whole thing helped propel me forward in life in many, many ways. Like, I was given at that point, I would say I was just starting to believe in God. And the night after I was arrested, I was praying very hard in jail. I wanted everybody to see that story, because it was such a crazy injustice. I'm asking questions about whether our elections are valid, and I get thrown in jail for it.
You specifically were asking John Kerry about the secret society that he was with his political opponent, George W. Bush, with in the Skull and Bones secret society. That was the question that you were asking him, which is a valid, important question. They were also eighth cousins. They were related. And that was a sham of an election between the choices that we were given back then. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
that was an important question that you asked.
Yeah, it's funny. I think the reason the whole thing went so viral is because nobody was asking politicians real questions. We didn't have Luke Rudkowski that was really doing that in a big way on YouTube yet. I don't think people knew of him yet. Alex Jones, as big as he is now, was a fraction of the size. Laura Loomer didn't exist. Alex Stein didn't exist. So this was the first time the American public at large was seeing real questions asked. That's why it went viral on YouTube. YouTube turned off the view counter on the video that was taken from my camera. And they've since shadow banned it from search. They didn't want people to see my questions. They wanted people only to see the tasing, to see like the punishment. They didn't want people to learn what's going on. And anyway, after all of that happened, yeah, it was like a great push forward for me in my journey as a man. Absolutely.
Something I started thinking around that time is the power of words, casting spells. You know, you spell your words. They're spells. And the magic, word magic. And when you say double negatives, like, don't be evil. People are hearing
Be evil.
Evil,
Yeah.
evil,
Yeah.
be evil. And so you say, don't tase me, bro. They're like, tase you, bro. Tase. I do believe that. So I try and say the counter that is the positive word instead of the negative.
Yes. If I had known more word magic at that time, I would have said the different phrase than don't tase me, bro.
People do react to negative energy as well, and it's not always a bad thing. It's just negative, which it moves faster, like runaway breakdown out of clouds. That's how lightning forms. It's very lightweight, negative energy. So there is value to negative energy as well. It's just very dangerous because it can coagulate and get very strong and move really fast.
2023 is going to be a really, really good year.
Let's go.
I think, there's talk about recession and stuff, maybe, but someone commented earlier today and said, no way. It's actually going to be really, really good for the US dollar because all the bad stuff is hitting foreign countries who rely on the US reserve currency, and they're going to be forced to buy dollars, strengthening our buying power. And I'm like, that sounds really awful, like an awful thing to celebrate, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the suffering of others results in us doing well. But seeing the Kevin McCarthy stuff, I've had some conversations with musicians, with creatives, with pro athletes, and there seems to be, we're reaching a breaking point where people are like, I'm just sick of not being able to just talk anymore. I'm sick of the wokeness and I'm done with it. And we're seeing the wokeness fail to actually push back in a lot of ways. I want to save some of the big announcements that may be coming out in the future, but I'm hearing a lot of really, really, really good stuff about breaking the woke narrative and breaking the mold and bringing us back to sanity. So I'm excited.
I was watching-
I'm like, I'm just sorry. I'm going through the comments on my post, about the Indy logo, and I'm seeing the response from people, and I'm getting messages from some pro skaters, and I'm just like, this is good. We're gonna win.
You can take over, bro. The whole lane is available to people with new energy that want to do things. The old industry, it's all woke. People are sick of it. We can make things and take over and put away. Let the boomers go to sleep. You had your time, boomers, but the based millennials, we're actually going to build the new industries.
Last night I was watching a video from Dr. Robert Malone talking about the vaccines and COVID and all these things, and I was thinking and I've been watching a lot of these doctors now that are allowed to speak. The COVID narrative has been lifted. Now we're realizing okay, it's transmissible. You survive it usually. And people are talking about it. They're pretty open about it. I'm like, how are these people still alive? I'm thinking all these doctors and me and us, and how are we still alive when we've been doing this? It's because we're supposed to be, because they're not there to stop us. They're just trying. They're trying to do their thing. We're trying to do ours, and we're better. People speak up. You can't stop people from speaking up. You never have been able to do that.
Amen.
I could go on probably a 2-hour video monologue about that. And maybe
2
I
hours?
should. Yeah, I could go
is many
long
hours.
on that.
I got 2 hours. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, go ahead.
I'm just reading the comments, and I posted on Twitter and Instagram the logo. A lot of people immediately understood. They realized the point. This company wanted to get woke. This company was bending the knee to woke people, and so they've given up what is worth probably hundreds of millions of dollars in brand value that you just can't buy.
It's so weird.
1978, and they said, you know what? We're going to disassociate ourselves from who we are. When I was told this happened, and I'm like, I've not been following a whole lot of skate scene stuff, company wise. I watch a lot of skaters and I watch Barrick stuff. So when I looked it up and I saw what their new logo is, I was like, is that what they're doing? That's terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't read it, and it still throws back to the cross days. So maybe they should just flatten it out and have just the word independent, because that's illegible.
Nah,
That's
get go, bro.
I can't read it.
They've destroyed their company.
Yeah.
They've decided to just throw in the towel. And it's so sad to see that they've given me this logo, but they really don't want to use it anymore. And I will take it from them. And you know what? All of the heat and all of the all the hate and all the woke people and Antifa who are going to be yelling at me, I'm willing to accept that negative consequence that they're clearly not.
The best marketing squad on the planet, the crazy leftists.
Yeah,
when they hate something, our side loves it.
Ian says that if McDonald's stopped using the golden arches, he'd snag it up.
Ooh, that's capitalism,
You'd be
baby.
nuts not to take it. You know what I mean?
Seriously. It's
So-
crazy to see trucks without the logo on in the first place. When I grew up, it was the same thing. It was everywhere.
And I looked up. I went to the store and I looked, gone.
Yeah,
It's just straight
yeah.
metal. And I'm like, dude, they really said they don't want it anymore. I'm like, I will begrudgingly take it. And all those stickers at every skate park and every video that has that symbol, that's Timcast skateboards. Now, let me tell you something. If you could go to someone as a marketing guy, all the advertising people, listen, if you could go to a company and they're like, we want to hire you for a big ad campaign. And the guy said, what if I was able to get your ads back in time? They'd be like, what? How can you get an ad for my company back in time? Watch this. And then you put on a skate video and everyone's wearing that symbol on their helmets, on their boards.
Yeah.
And that's the symbol for Timcast skateboards. I know. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.